Hello, NBA fans. Every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I ask for your help by subscribing to the channel and giving me your thumbs up. The Lakers beat the Pelicans, with great performances from DeAndre Ayton, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic. The Lakers now have a 9-4 record for the season. Rui Hachimura's evolution is evident this season, and he has shown that he is very important to the Lakers roster. To keep him, the Lakers will need to significantly improve Rui Hachimura's salary, who is aiming for a $110 million contract for 4 years, or $27.5 million per year. The Los Angeles Lakers made a blockbuster deal for Russell Westbrook just a few years ago, cutting ties with nearly all of their depth. More news: former NBA superstar sends clear message on LeBron James' future with Lakers for the Lakers and Rob Pelinka, hopefully, that gave him the blueprint of what not to do moving forward. That doesn't mean that if a star becomes available, the Lakers shouldn't go after said player, but they also have to ensure that they have a decent supporting cast around Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, especially when LeBron James decides to hang them up. One of those players who needs to stay around is Rui Hachimura, who has really been a bright spot for Los Angeles with James and Doncic out for some of the year. James has yet to appear in a game, and Doncic has missed multiple to start the season. This year, he's been one of the best role players in the NBA, averaging 16.0 points and shooting a ridiculous 51.1% from three-point range. He set himself up to get paid handsomely, and according to ESPN's Bobby Marks, he could be in line for a massive extension worth $114.5 million over 4 seasons. For a Lakers roster featuring Reeves, Doncic and James, Hachimura has been a constant this season. He is one of 3 Lakers, Jared Vanderbilt and Jake LaRavia the others, to play in all 9 games and is the only Laker to start in every game. And thanks in part to Hachimura's defense, most notably his knack for defending three-point shooters, the Lakers are allowing the second lowest field goal percentage on shots outside 25 feet. Hachimura is eligible to sign a 4-year, $114.5 million extension up until June 30, he wrote. About $115 million would be a lot to play for a player of Hachimura's caliber, but that's the going rate for above-average role players in the NBA. The Lakers will obviously have to consider the second apron situation and all the challenges it brings in the NBA. Still, they also want to ensure that they're in a position to contend for a title with Doncic on the roster. What will LeBron James' role look like when he returns? One of the biggest storylines in the NBA right now is the Lakers' early success without LeBron James. The 4-time MVP has been sidelined as he battles sciatica, and it's caused severe pain for the 40-year-old. The rise of the Luka Lakers. LeBron's absence has revealed many positives about the new roster surrounding Luka Doncic. Without James running the offense, Doncic and Austin Reeves' usage has increased drastically. Both have produced 40-plus points on multiple occasions, and they're the backcourt duo averaging 28-plus points per game. It's been an MVP campaign for Luka and a breakout year for Reeves. They're delivering successful results as the main options on offense. Only 1 year separates the two, so their timeline is a major benefit for Mark Walters and the new ownership. The future looks bright for the Lakers, but it's become increasingly apparent that LeBron will not be around to see it. While his production has not regressed, the defensive effort and durability have dwindled. Finding LeBron's role when he returns. LeBron James has had a positive impact on every team he's been a part of, but this is the first time a team has thrived without any of his contributions. He arrived in LA in 2018, and the Lakers' current 8-4 record is their best start since the 2020-21 season, indicating a culture shift is imminent. LeBron has fallen in the hierarchy, but there is still a place for him in the Lakers system. His playmaking and basketball IQ will add another layer to their offense. The Hall of Fame point forward averaged 8.2 assists per game last year, and he could lead the league in assists for the second time if he dials in on his playmaking at an older age. General Manager Rob Pelinka has done an excellent job signing shooters such as Jake LaRavia, who is shooting 36.6% from three-point range during his first year in Los Angeles. Rui Hachimura is also shooting the ball at a 51.1% clip from deep. Both have developed into double-digit scorers alongside Luka and Austin. Reeves and Doncic are proven spot-up shooters, which pair well with the defensive gravity of James, and DeAndre Ayton will excel in the pick-and-roll with all three. Ayton is averaging 15.5 points and 7.5 rebounds per game, primarily from second-chance opportunities and cuts to the rim. LeBron has experience playing with some of the best big men of his era, so developing a tandem with Ayton will come naturally for the 21x All-Star. Defensive concerns. Fans are hesitant to support LeBron because of concerns about his defensive play. He remains a better defender than most of the league, but his current effort doesn't justify his $53 million salary. As he ages, it'll only worsen, leaving the front office with an interesting puzzle to solve. Before the season started, Rob Pelinka reiterated his desire to help LeBron win his fifth ring, and the two have only maintained a positive relationship in the public eye. The return of the King LeBron's future in Hollywood hinges on his willingness to accept a significant pay cut. Reeves's extension has become a priority, and Hachimura is also in the final year of his contract. Both are vital for the future of the Luka Lakers, and at 27, they're near their peak years while James is on the verge of retirement. He is still playing at an All-NBA level, and Lakers fans still have love for James after raising their 17th banner in October of 2020. He can perform at a high level for the next 2 to 3 years, but the best ability is availability. Either way, he remains a major part of the roster, and the Lakers' full potential will be unlocked when he returns to the rotation. LeBron James, 6th Man of the Year? Why J.J. Redick's Lakers plan should include an unthinkable experiment. J.J. Redick should consider bringing LeBron James off the bench. On the surface, it seems preposterous. For a litany of reasons, maybe it is. But as a thought experiment, even if ultimately he opted not to, I would at least have the conversation. Before grabbing your pitchfork, hear me out. There's no denying that James, who turns 41 in December, will take on a reduced role as the most overqualified second fiddle in NBA history given the blistering start of Luka Doncic. That was always going to be the case, even if James had been ready and in the starting lineup on opening night. What I'm not sure even the most bullish Lakers fans could have foreseen is Austin Reeves suddenly turning into an All-NBA level star. Fringe All-Star? You could see it coming. Top 15 player? Don't kid yourself. The 3 games in 4 days run with Doncic out of the lineup was itself an all-time heater. 51-11-9, including 21-22 from the FT line. 41 points on 22 shots the very next night. 28 points, 16 assists and a game winner. We're still in small sample size early season theater, so those 3 games alone overinflate Reeves' season averages. But even if you only look at the games he's played with Doncic, the Lakers' current second fiddle is averaging 22.5 points, 7.5 assists and 5.0 rebounds per game while averaging as many free throw attempts as the likes of Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson and Devin Booker. That's even with his first genuine clunker of the season on Wednesday against the Thunder, who have a habit of doing that to people. When James returns to the lineup, he suddenly faces the prospect of slotting in not only to the ball-dominant Doncic but also Reeves, who ranks 6th in the NBA in time of possession and averages about 5 seconds per touch, nearly identical to Doncic. There's only one ball and for all of James' strengths, playing off the ball certainly isn't one of them. It's J.J. Redick's job to get the most out of his roster and, at some point, you might ask if, aside from pride, bringing James off the bench to more fully commit to a staggered approach outweighs the diminishing returns of starting James, Doncic and Reeves. Would you rather have a deferential James picking and choosing his spots more judiciously than ever? Or would you rather unleash perhaps the smartest player in NBA history to do whatever he wants against a bunch of second units? There's also the defense to consider. Doncic vacillates between traffic cone and mediocre, Reeves is a below-average and replacement-level defender, and James' effort on that end comes and goes, at least in the regular season. Dramatically redistributing James' minutes would help alleviate any concerns about a defense that currently ranks outside the top 20. LBJ is one of the great floor raisers, and it's easy to imagine the likes of Jake LaRavia, Dalton Knecht, Jackson Hayes and, yes, Bronny James benefiting from more time next to the four-time MVP. You'll get nights he calls his own number and still rampages for 30 off the pine. You'll get nights he plays orchestra conductor and surgically dissects hapless opposing benches with his brain. Deploying James as a super sub with him still closing every game at least in the regular season also reduces wear and tear, maximizing the chances he stays fresh for an extended run come playoff time. What if it all worked? What if Redick has the guts to try it and if James himself buys in? Everyone loves a good story and the narratives write themselves. The NBA's Sixth Man of the Year award isn't held to the 65-game rule either, which means come April, we could once more engage in a LeBron James Awards discussion, further fueling a legacy built on firsts. More, the internet just fell for fake LeBron MJ Mind the Game episode. Look, if the Lakers were struggling, this wouldn't even be a conversation. But aside from that humbling loss to OKC, which could make a real run at 70 wins with its historically suffocating defense, the Doncic Reeves Lakers have looked like a bona fide top 4 team in a loaded Western Conference. The easy decision for Redick is to insert the second-best player of all time back into the starting lineup, go about his day and simply adjust as needed. That might also be the best decision and ultimately how this all plays out. But it's fun to think about the preposterous. Count me as one who is rooting for it. Lakers get $241 million contract update on Austin Reeves amid breakout season. Los Angeles Lakers guard Austin Reeves has put himself in just as good a position as any player in the NBA to get paid handsomely in the near future. More news, former NBA superstar sends clear message on LeBron James' future with Lakers. Reeves has been among the top players in the league to start the season, certainly playing like an all-star. The Lakers have also been one of the better teams in the NBA, and a significant part of that is due to what Reeves has done on both sides of the basketball court. With LeBron James out for the entire start of the campaign and Luka Doncic out for some of the year, Reeves has stepped up massively. The question for the Lakers is how much they're going to have to pay Reeves, and according to Bobby Marks of ESPN, the likeliest option is that Reeves will decline his player option and become an unrestricted free agent, but will be able to sign a 5-year, $241 million deal with Los Angeles. To say that Reeves has taken advantage of early season injuries to Luka Doncic and James has been an understatement. Because NBA rules restrict the Lakers from extending Reeves up to 140% of the average player, 4 years, $87.4 million with a starting salary of $19.5 million next season, it is highly unlikely he will sign a new contract prior to June 30th. The more likely scenario is for Reeves to decline his player option and become an unrestricted free agent. If he does, Reeves will be eligible to sign for up to 5 years, $241 million with the Lakers. The Lakers could still have nearly $50 million in cap space even if Reeves signs a new contract, he wrote. It's obviously never a great idea to allow an outstanding player like Reeves to be an unrestricted free agent, but considering the cap situation, the Lakers are in a very strong position to re-sign him. More news, Stephen A. Smith makes bold admission on Lakers LeBron James. It isn't like a ton of teams around the league have a surplus of cap space, so it'd be a bit surprising to see him walk. Luka Doncic quietly pushed the Lakers toward a move that is transforming their season. Luka Doncic asked the Lakers to sign Marcus Smart. He was right to do so. Los Angeles Lakers superstar Luka Doncic was relatively quiet as the team conducted its business in free agency, but his one major request is already paying off. As Los Angeles searched for ways to improve defensively, Doncic asked Rob Pelinka to sign Marcus Smart. It hasn't taken long for Smart to prove to be one of the best signings of the summer and a player whom Doncic was wise to endorse when his stock was low. Smart entered the 2025 offseason as a player who was known more for his name than his recent contributions. He'd played just 54 games over the past 2 seasons and was thus viewed as almost a separate player from the one who won Defensive Player of the Year in 2021-22. Smart is 31 and coming off of 2 injury-plagued seasons, but he's sending a powerful reminder to his skeptics that he's still a former Defensive Player of the Year after all. In his short time with the Lakers, Smart has gone a long way toward changing the culture by anchoring countless lineups. He's adapted to the team's needs as they've changed from one game to the next, emphasizing different elements of his offensive skill set while ensuring defensive intensity is a constant. It should thus come as no surprise that Smart has made the Lakers an infinitely better team despite the rush of injuries they've otherwise sustained. Luka Doncic, Marcus Smart forming an elite two-man lineup with Lakers. Doncic and Smart have played 360 possessions and 157 minutes together early in their time as teammates on the Lakers. During that time, Los Angeles has outscored opponents by 8.0 points per 100 possessions, a figure that ranks in the 77th percentile in the NBA. Furthermore, the Lakers rank in the 85th percentile in offensive rating and the 59th percentile in defensive rating when Doncic and Smart are on the court, thus revealing ideal two-way balance. The most staggering number of all, however, is 15.1. That's the number of points the Lakers are being outscored by when Doncic is on the court without Smart in 2025-26. It should return to the mean at some point moving forward, but the difference that Smart has made can be quantified as 23.1 points per 100 possessions. At the very least, the former Lakers rival has successfully justified Doncic's decision to endorse him and simplified the game for the franchise player. Marcus Smart is changing the culture in Los Angeles. Beyond the numbers, Smart has been a transformative addition to the roster. He's setting the tone with his energy, intensity, and accountability, taking ownership of his mistakes and ensuring that he's always trustworthy as far as defensive focus and intent are concerned. Smart has also taken on the challenge of guarding opposing teams' best guards on a regular basis and is producing the kind of results that earned him 3 All-Defense selections. Smart has already spent at least 15.6 partial possessions defending Stephen Curry, Anthony Edwards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Zach LaVine, and Ja Morant. During that time, 5 of the best scorers in the NBA shot a combined 5 of 17 from the field and 0 of 9 from beyond the arc. Smart also forced high-level wings Mikal Bridges, DeMar DeRozan, Shaedon Sharpe, and Andrew Wiggins to shoot a combined 3 of 13 from the field and 0 of 5 from three-point range. The results have been certifiably elite, but even just the willingness to meet high-level scorers at the point of attack is a significant change. He's the exact type of defender the Lakers needed a season ago, particularly in a backcourt that slants towards offense. Smart signed for the veteran minimum due to concerns that he was over the hill, but he's proving early that Doncic was right. He's still one of the best defensive players in the NBA. Lakers reportedly willing to cut ties with star guard via trade under one condition. Lakers reportedly willing to cut ties with star guard via trade under one condition originally appeared on the Sporting News. Add the Sporting News as a preferred source by clicking here. The Los Angeles Lakers have slowed down a bit since starting the 2025-26 season with a 7-2 record, losing 2 of their last 3 games by a combined 49 points. Still, with the Lakers' elite offensive firepower and improved roster, the franchise should feel confident about its chances of going the distance this year. That said, Los Angeles may have to do so without its star shooting guard, as a recent report indicated that the organization is willing to cut ties with him via trade under one condition. The Los Angeles Lakers highly value Austin Reeves, Lakers Daily's Ashish Mathur stated Tuesday. Just how much, you ask? Sources told Lakers Daily that the Lakers have rejected over 20 trade offers for Reeves since last season. The Lakers are only going to trade Austin for Giannis Antetokounmpo or Nikola Jokic. And neither of those guys is getting traded this season. Simply put, if the Lakers are 100% certain they can acquire a generational superstar with a championship on his resume in a trade centered around Reeves, they would pull the trigger. Would it make sense for the Lakers to move on from Reeves with the Oklahoma product slated to earn his first All-Star nod? Yes, considering that Antetokounmpo and Jokic would instantly turn Los Angeles into title favorites in the Western Conference. However, if the best the Lakers can get for Reeves, a top 10 scorer, 28.3 points per game, is a second-string center or a mediocre wing, the franchise will gladly retain him for the foreseeable future.